Hi, I'm Ellie, and this is your weekly theatre news recap, the show where I take all of the UK theatre news and I give it to you the only way I know how, chaotically. We've got quite a bit of news to go through this week. We're in a kind of busy period that's going to quieten down very, very soon. I feel like I'm about to give you weather with that kind of analysis. And as you can see, all of the news is coming in from the east. But it is true, soon we're going to find ourselves in the point where news really quietens down. Like, December's usually really quiet for theatre news. We've even got a couple more of these for the year, so if you want to stay up to date with all of the UK theatre news for the rest of the year, make sure you hit subscribe and like this video, because I do these every single week, except in December, because it gets quiet and then I smush weeks together. And also around Christmas, people are off. All the PRs are on holiday, and so should I, really. So who's giving us the news? No one, because no one's in the offices. But let's go through this week's news, because we're not there yet. Mariah Carey is still defrosting, slowly but surely. First up, we're going to head over to the King's Head Theatre, where we have some special guests announced for their adult and children's friendly pantomime. Cinderella this year will have adult only performances, and at all of these performances they have special guests, and these will be Cassidy Jansen on Thursday the 5th of December, Vinegar Strokes on Wednesday the 11th of December, Danielle Steers on Thursday the 12th of December, John Owen Jones on Thursday the 19th of December, Trevor Ashley on Monday the 30th of December, and Christina Bianco on Sunday the 5th of January. As well as this, they have also announced that Miriam Margolyes will join Dame Judi Dench, providing some pre-recorded voiceovers for this show as she steps into the role of the Wicked Stepmother. Perfect casting, amazing casting. There's some great performers here, some great guests. Fantastic to see. So if you want to catch any of those guests, you can go to their respective performances throughout the month of December. As well as this, we got the great news this week that starring in 13 Going on 30 will be Lucie Jones. Lucie Jones will be playing the role of Jenna. No, not this Jenna, that's the Jenna she played in Waitress. She is playing Jenna again because she played this role, Jenna Rink, in the workshop performances of 13 Going on 30, and she is joining to be in the show as it transfers up to Manchester next year. This is really exciting. I love Lucie Jones. I'm a big Lucie Jones fan, so this is very exciting to me. I also enjoy the fact that she is slowly collecting all of the theatre Jenna roles, and I hope that we can see her play some more soon. Moving swiftly on now, we have a new cast member joining Operation Mincemeat. As Claire Marie Hall prepares to leave the show and go over to Broadway, they have announced that Madeleine Jackson Smith will be joining in the role of Jean Leslie. When? We don't know. Operation Mincemeat has this really weird thing where they don't like announcing when casts are leaving. Hell, last time we had a cast change, they literally told us who was joining a week before the original cast left, and only told us that Claire Marie Hall was staying for a little bit longer, like the day the cast left. It was wild. So if you want to catch Madeleine Jackson Smith, you can catch her when she joins. When will she join? Guess we'll find out. She'll just turn up one day and all of the Mince-fluencers will be like, oh, new Jean Leslie, let's go. But something I will mention here is the really sad fact that now with Hall leaving, we now have a full white cast for Operation Mincemeat. All of the main cast, the principals, and the covers are all white. That is really disappointing to see in 2024. Like, for a show that is so open to casting so interestingly, like Mincemeat is, because all of the characters are essentially open to either gender, as we see with roles like Monty, Hester, and Johnny. These are all roles that can be gender flipped and gender switched. There's a lot of openness within this show structure for plus size performers. There's a lot of openness for performers of different races. There's so much potential in this show for diversity, not just when we're talking about race, but also when we're talking about everything. And it's really disappointing to see Mincemeat not live up to that. I'm a huge fan of this show. I'm a massive fan of this show, but I must say I'm really disappointed with the casting team of this show that we have found ourselves with an entirely white cast. With that said, let's move on to our next casting story, which is Roadshow. This is going to Upstairs at the Gatehouse from the 12th of December to the 12th of January. And this is a lesser-known Stephen Sondheim musical, which you know I'm a massive fan of Stephen Sondheim. This is one I'm not very familiar with, so I need to go and see this. But we now know our cast. These include Reese Richardson as Wilson, Oliver Sidney as Addison, Robert Finlayson as Papa, Catherine Strohmeyer as Mama, Reese Lambert as Hollis, and our ensemble members, who will be in the description down below. But this is really exciting. I love a Sondheim musical. As I said, I need to go and see this. When it's in its North London venue. Gotta go to North London. I'm not in North London very much. Wow. Next up, last week, I gave you the breaking news that A Streetcar Named Desire is coming back to the West End for 3 weeks only. When I had that news, because I filmed that on the Friday and this news properly came out on the Saturday, and then we got the full story on Monday, we only knew that Paul Mescal was reprising his role, but it has been confirmed that there are more performers coming back to A Streetcar Named Desire. These are Patsy Ferran, who is returning as Blanche, Adriana Vassan, who is returning as Stella, and Dwayne Walcott, who is returning as Mitch. We also have an ensemble who are in the description down below, but it was a bloodbath for tickets. I ended up giving my code to a friend so they could get tickets, so it's very likely I won't be able to see A Streetcar Named Desire when it comes to the West End, which is really sad. So if anyone would like to give me a ticket, give. Maybe they'll do their glow stick thing again. Maybe I can go and crack some glow sticks and see if I can win a ticket. Next up, continuing right along, we got a lot of casting. I told you it's a busy week. Scissorhands. If you missed when we spoke about this last time, Scissorhands is based on Edward Scissorhands, but it's got a jukebox score. It's meant to be very camp and silly. This is going to Playhouse Elephant, not Burrow. Elephant. And we now know our full cast, including Jordan Kai Burnett, who is going to be starring as Scissorhands, returning from the Los Angeles production. We have Emma Williams, who is going to be starring as Peg, Dion Gibson, who is going to be the inventor, another original cast member from the American Run, Lauren Jones as Kim, Annabelle Terry as Esmeralda, Ryan O'Connor, who also was in the Los Angeles Run as Helen, Richard Carson as Jim, and an ensemble who will be where? In the description down below. Woohoo! So if you want to catch a really camp version of Edward Scissorhands, you can go and catch that then. Next up, Picture You're Dead. It's going on a UK tour, and we don't need to picture any of this cast dead because we love them. That's... Sure, we'll go with that. Starring in the show will be Peter Ash, who's going to be on the tour until the 17th of May. Then, from the 20th of May, Ori Aduba will be taking over his role. Fiona Wade is also starring in it alongside George Rainsford and the iconic Jodie Steele. Do you want tour dates? I'll give you tour dates. This is going to High Wycombe from the 6th of February, Swindon from the 10th of February, Woking from the 18th of February, Southampton from the 27th of February, Brighton from the 4th of March, Nottingham from the 11th of March. That's my birthday. I've lost my place. No. Richmond from the 18th of March. Malvern from the 25th of March. Norwich from the 1st of April. Southend from the 16th of April. Shrewsbury from the 29th of April. Milton Keynes from the 6th of May. Newcastle from the 13th of May. Brighton from the 20th of May. Cheltenham from the 27th of May. Sheffield from the 3rd of June. Glasgow from the 10th of June. Bath from the 17th of June. Birmingham from the 24th of June. Cornwall from the 1st of July. Bradford from the 8th of July, and Southend from the 22nd of July. So if you want to catch this tour, you can catch it at any of those tour stops. I need a drink. And finally, in casting news this week, oh boy, we've made it to the end. We had the rest of the cast for Richard II. This is the Shakespeare piece starring the icon, the legend, star of the Wicked movie, which I am seeing this week. Oh boy, I'm so excited. I got so excited I forgot to even say his name and finish that sentence. Jonathan Bailey. We have a cast joining that guy, Jonathan Bailey. Yes, that legend who is in the Wicked film that comes out this week. And they are Royce Pearson, Christopher Osi-Kanlu Calhoun, Olivia Popica, Amanda Root, Phoenix D. Sebastini, Clive Wood, Simon Simpkins, Adam Best, Seamus Delane, Vinnie Heaven, Jordan Kuami, Jared Monaco, George Taylor, and Badria Tamimi. These cast members are joined by an ensemble who will be where? Description down below. But this is really exciting. I I want to see Jonathan Bailey on stage again. I saw him in Company. I saw him in that show that, its name is phallic and I don't want to be demonetized. And I'm hoping I'll add a third show to this list. And that's it for casting news. Let's move on to concerts and events, starting with Westway sessions at the Vaudeville. The Vaudeville Theatre, where Sykes is currently playing, will see 5 exclusive concerts in the spring, led by several West End and Broadway stars. On Monday, the 3rd of February, Cassidy Jansen will perform in concert. On Monday, the 10th of February, we will get a performance of A Couple of Swells, which stars Joe Stilgo and Lisa Pullman. On the 17th of February, we have Amy Atkinson returning to the stage for Six. You may say, oh, Ellie, that's not the stage where Amy Atkinson performed in Six. And you would be correct, except Amy Atkinson is in the pro shot of Six that they filmed after they had all left, which was filmed at the Vaudeville. And when is that releasing? I want to know when that's releasing. Lee Mead will take the stage on the 10th of March, and the next week, Kerry Ellis, Queen of the West End, as the show is dubbed, will be at the Vaudeville on Monday, the 17th of March. So if you want to catch any of those performers in any of those shows, you can go and get your tickets. As well as that, we have a 50th anniversary gala for Payne's Plough. Now, if you don't know who these guys are, they do a lot of fringe work. They are very focused on new writing, and they will do a fundraising gala at the Criterion Theatre on the 10th of February 2025. This will feature many one-off performances and seeks to raise funds to continue to support new playwrights. They will be performing excerpts from some of their most beloved plays, including Crave by Sarah Kane, Seawall by Simon Stevens, and will also premiere an original new piece by James Graham. This will include special guests including Monica Dolan, Tom Sturridge, Alfred Enoch, and Olivier Award winner Amy Trigg. Also within this, if you want to book a ticket and pay it forward, you can give a donation, which will go towards giving a ticket to an early career writer who might not be able to afford to attend the gala. So if you want to go support new writers, you can go and check out this gala on the 10th of February 2025. Let's move on to our miscellaneous news this week. First off, we have 2 extensions, along with the news of the new Jean Leslie. Operation Mincemeat has done another tiny extension. Why do you keep doing these tiny little extensions? Adding another 6 weeks onto their run, extending to the 7th of June, and Wicked saying 6 weeks is not enough. No, we're going to add basically an entire year onto our run. Wicked, with the Wicked film on the horizon, has extended to the 6th of January 2026. So you've got a little bit more time to see Operation Mincemeat and a lot more time to see Wicked. As well as that, we had the announcement this week. As well as that, this week, we also got some more announcements surrounding the Hadestown cast album. It was announced previously that we were getting some form of UK cast recording for Hadestown. We didn't quite know what shape this was going to take, but now we know. Hadestown, live from London, will be released on Friday the 6th of December 2024. This has been recorded live in London, as it says in the tin, and will be available in a standard black vinyl, a limited edition deluxe gatefold pop-up vinyl, and a CD, as well as online streaming services. This is selections from the show. They've made some weird choices in some of the selections, but we are getting Road to Hell, Come Home With Me, Wedding Song, Living It Up on Top, All I've Ever Known, Way Down Hadestown, Chant, When the Chips Are Down, Wait For Me, Why We Built the Wall, If It's True, Epic 3, Promises, Wait For Me Reprise, and Road to Hell Reprise. However, the tracklist is shorter on the vinyl, as side A only includes Road to Hell, Wedding Song, Living It Up on Top, Way Down Hadestown, and When the Chips Are Down, and side B only includes Wait For Me, If It's True, Epic 3, Wait For Me Reprise, and Road to Hell. But even so, it's very rare, it's very, very rare that we see a Broadway show transfer and the original UK cast get a cast album too. The last time I can remember it happening is Kinky Boots, and that was a long time ago. Every other production that's had a Broadway cast album and a UK cast album is when there's been so much time between the shows, or an entirely new production has come over, something like Amelie, where all the music is so drastically different that it actually does, kind of need its own cast album. So I'm kind of thankful that we've got anything. Even if I'm really sad that there's quite a few songs I really do love, especially with this cast, that have been neglected from the final list. But that's it for miscellaneous news. We can now talk about our seasons. There's only one this week, as the Liverpool Everyman and Playhouse has revealed its 2025 season. Featured in this season is a play called Takeaway, which is performing at the Everyman from the 26th of April. More new writing comes in with The Walrus Has a Right to Adventure, running from the 12th of June. A new version of Romeo and Juliet is going to be performed from the 13th of September. And there's also going to be a revival of Shirley Valentine, running from the 1st of March to the 29th of March, which celebrates the Everyman's 60th anniversary. They've also announced their next panto, which will be Jack and the Beanstalk, which is going to be performed from the 15th of November to the 17th of January. And as well as that, they're going to have various tours arriving at these venues across the year. If you want to catch more about this season, you can check out the Liverpool Everyman and Playhouse website, and I will try and link that in the description down below, alongside all the ensemble news this week. Now, let's move on to transfers and new productions. Going from one version of Jack and the Beanstalk to another version of Jack and the Beanstalk, it has been announced that Jack and the Beanstalk is the Lyric Hammersmiths 2025 Panto. This sees the return of all of this year's creatives and will run from Saturday the 15th of November to Sunday the 4th of January. That is specifically 2025 and 2026, not this year. You don't want to go this year, otherwise you're going to see Aladdin. Well, actually, you probably do want to see Aladdin if you enjoy a good panto, because Aladdin's there this year. I think it's on right now. You can go and see it. But if you do want to book well in advance, because you know you really want to go see Jack and the Beanstalk, they have 30% off tickets in an early bird sale right now. Next up, North by Northwest has announced a London venue as part of their tour. Previously announced, it's going to York, it's going to Manchester, Liverpool, Bath and Cheltenham, but they have also announced that it will be going to North London, with a visit to Alexandra Palace, opening on the 11th of June 2025 and running until the 22nd of June. So if you want to catch this Alfred Hitchcock classic on stage, you can go and catch it then, or at any of its various tour stops next year. Going over to Bath now, we have the news that Maxine Peake will be starring in a production of Doubt, a parable. This will be at the Theatre Royal Bath's studio space from Friday the 4th of February to Saturday the 8th of March 2025. This is a really interesting synopsis. A Catholic school in the Bronx, 1964. Sister Aloysius, the strong-minded principal, has her suspicions that one of her teaching fathers is abusing a vulnerable pupil. Without proof, she is forced to take matters into her own hands. So if you want to catch this play, you can go and see it in Bath. As well as that, we've got some more news about Hold On To Your Butts. Great title for a great show which recreates Jurassic Park live on stage with just 2 performers and a Foley artist. It was announced before this will be going to London's Arcola Theatre, and now it has been announced that it's also going to be going on tour. This will be going to the Curve Leicester from the 7th of February, going to the Lowry in Salford, Northern Farm in Maidenhead, Macready Theatre in Rugby, the Swan Theatre in Worcester, Octagon Theatre Bolton, the Birmingham Rep, Exeter Northcote Theatre, Norwich Playhouse, the Dukes in Lancaster, and the Hull Truck Theatre, with more venues to be announced soon. So if you want to catch this very silly version of Jurassic Park on stage, you can go and catch it then. Continuing to talk about fringe shows transferring to London, we have 2 Soho Theatre transfers direct from the Edinburgh Fringe. The first of these is Temmie Wilke's Main Character Energy, which is going to the Soho Theatre upstairs from the 25th of February to the 15th of March. And as well as that, we are seeing a fringe transfer for Weather Girl. This is being produced by the same producer who worked on Fleabag, who also produced Kathy and Stella Solve a Murder, and star Julia McDermott will reprise her role as this performs at the Soho Theatre. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the main space, but it might be in the upstairs space, I'm not 100% sure. From the 5th of March to the 5th of April 2025. So if you want to catch either of these fantastic fringe shows, heard a lot about both of these, you can go and catch them when they're there. I've already told you. You can skip back about 20 seconds if you want to hear when they're there again. I've already said it. Another show transferring to London for a short stint is The Mad Ones. This musical will run at the Other Palace Studio for a 4-week run next summer. This was initially performed at the Birmingham Old Joint Stock Theatre in April 2023. I've heard a lot of good things about its run over there. My friend is very into this show and is very excited that it's going to be returning. And it will be making its London debut from the 7th of May to the 1st of June 2025. I need to try and go and see it, and hopefully you'll be able to go and support this musical too. As well as that, we've got so much news. Kim's Convenience. This is a play that's performed at the Riverside Studios twice, and now it'll be going on a UK tour. You may be familiar with the Netflix show that this play inspired, and this UK tour will be going to Leeds, Derby, Kingston, Southend, Brighton, Manchester, Peterborough, Newcastle, Glasgow, Oxford, Leicester, Coventry, Ipswich, Bromley, York, Darlington, and will end its run at the Birmingham Rep. So if you want to catch this show, if you missed it in London, you can catch it at any of those tour stops. Continuing on, we have a new play by Mike Bartlett, which is going to go to the Garrick Theatre next year. This is a play called Unicorn and will star Nicola Walker, Stephen Mangan, and Erin Doherty. This new play Unicorn will premiere at the Garrick Theatre from the 4th of February for a strictly limited run until the 26th of April 2025. That's got a great cast, a great writer. I am intrigued. I'll hopefully be grabbing a ticket. Will you be too? I don't know. But if you want to, you can go and get your tickets now. And finally, in news this week, it has been announced that 101 Dalmatians, the musical that initially premiered at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, had a reworked production go on tour this year, has announced that it will be performing at the Eventim Apollo for a summer season next year. This will be at the Eventim from Friday the 18th of July to Saturday the 30th of August. It seems to be that it is the same production that will be ending its tour very soon, and this seems to be continuing this trend we're seeing of the Eventim Apollo becoming a space for a lot of these tours to sit down in and have a short season. We saw it with Sister Act, we saw it with Shrek, we're seeing it very soon over Christmas with the tour of Only Fools and Horses. That musical is sitting there for a Christmas season. And 101 Dalmatians is the next in line for that. So if you missed the tour or you loved the tour and you want to see it again, you can go and catch it next summer. And that is all your theatre news for this week. What are you most excited for? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps out the channel. Here's some links to some other videos on screen right now and a link to my Instagram if you'd like to drop me a follow over there. I also have other social links and a merch store in the description down below. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.